The alien physician's tentacles quivered as he focused on the vial in his grasp, suddenly realizing his mistake. His grip slackened. My arm still pulsed from the injection, a cold substance racing through my bloodstream, but it was his reaction that truly chilled me. Instead of the routine regeneration serum meant to heal my fractured arm, he had injected me with synthesized dragon DNA. His 3 obsidian eyes widened in a way I had never witnessed before. Raw, unfiltered panic spread across his alien features as he whispered in low clicks and trills that somehow translated perfectly in my mind. Humans were never meant to endure this. He assumed I couldn't hear him, that I was just another delicate test subject lying helplessly on his sterile metal table. He was wrong. My awareness was already sharpening. The steady hum of the ship's life support system fractured into dozens of distinct tones. The soft taps of his frantic movements across the medbay rang out like thunderous steps. My skin prickled with an electric sensation, as though every cell was stirring from a deep sleep. It felt denser, stronger, like microscopic scales were forming just beneath the surface. Armor, hidden and waiting. A deep warmth coiled in my core, a slow-burning fire that felt ancient and impossibly powerful. It wasn't agony. It felt natural, as if something essential had finally been restored. The ache in my shattered arm vanished, replaced by a surge of strength. I flexed my hand. The bones, once snapped clean through, fused together with a sharp crackle. The doctor lunged for a reversal compound, his many limbs moving in a blur as he tore through cabinets and sent alien tools clattering across the floor. But even then, I knew it was pointless. The transformation was accelerating, stitching itself into my very code. A low rumble built in my chest, not entirely human, vibrating through my ribcage like distant thunder. I pushed myself upright with effortless strength. The doctor froze, all 3 eyes fixed on me. He saw it then, the faint golden shimmer igniting in my pupils. The air grew heavy, charged with an energy that was unmistakably mine. When I inhaled, it felt like breathing fire for the first time in my life. He backed away, one tentacle raised in surrender, his voice shaking as he begged me to remain calm. Even to my newly enhanced senses, his words rang hollow. I didn't believe him. Why would I want this undone? The frailty of my human form was dissolving, replaced by something extraordinary. The inferno in my gut wasn't just warmth, it was a reservoir of pure power, swirling and waiting. I studied my hands. My nails had lengthened, hardened, tapering into sharp points that looked capable of slicing steel. The skin along my knuckles felt rough, patterned like weathered stone. Strength flooded my limbs, intoxicating and absolute. Yet it wasn't only physical. My mind felt clearer than it ever had before. I could track the doctor's terror, the ship's schematics flickering on a nearby screen, and the distant pulse of the star drive all at once. It was as if my brain had leapt generations ahead in a single heartbeat. Then a memory surfaced that wasn't mine. I was soaring above jagged peaks, clouds tearing past as vast wings caught powerful updrafts. Endless sky. Total freedom. A genetic echo carried within the dragon DNA now reshaping me. The sensation stole my breath. Another growl escaped me, louder and intentional, a proclamation of awakening. The doctor fumbled with a syringe, his hands shaking violently. A cure, or perhaps a toxin, meant to erase this evolution. Don't, I said. The word resonated with command. My voice had deepened, layered with a predatory rumble that echoed through the medbay. He recoiled as if struck, dropping the syringe. It shattered on the floor, its contents evaporating with a hiss. His eyes locked onto mine, fear giving way to awe. As a scientist, he was witnessing the impossible. A human, notorious for adaptability yet bound by physical limits, was successfully merging with the DNA of a legendary creature. I straightened fully, my posture shifting into something more dominant. The white jumpsuit strained across my shoulders as my frame expanded. Muscles along my back shifted unnaturally, and an intense pressure blossomed between my shoulder blades. Wings. The realization thrilled me. The doctor's mistake wasn't a death sentence. It was a revelation. He had underestimated humanity's resilience, our relentless drive to survive and evolve. In trying to heal me, he had unlocked a dormant potential. I was becoming something beyond human. I turned toward the viewport. The star-filled void beyond the glass called to me like an open sky. The fire inside surged, demanding release. I clenched my jaw to suppress a roar that threatened to shake the ship. Somewhere deep within humanity, this fire had always existed, waiting for ignition. A sharp cracking sensation rippled along my spine. It wasn't pain, it was progress. I imagined my DNA unraveling, the familiar helix being entwined, reshaped, and reforged by draconic code in a violent yet elegant fusion. My vision sharpened until I could see dust motes drifting through a lone beam of corridor light. My hearing picked up the rapid thudding of the doctor's heart, or whatever passed for one in his species. When I looked at him again, something unexpected stirred. Pity. He was confined to his orderly clinical universe of rules and predictions. He could never grasp the wild exhilaration coursing through me. What are you?" he whispered at last. I smiled, baring teeth that felt slightly longer, sharper. "An upgrade," I replied, my voice a deep purr that vibrated the room. I stepped forward, the metal floor groaning beneath my weight. I wasn't trying to threaten him, yet my presence dominated the space. I lifted my hand, turning it under the harsh lights. An iridescent sheen shimmered across my skin, shifting between gold and green like polished pearl. I was both magnificent and terrifying. The doctor didn't flee. He stood transfixed, a researcher staring at his own catastrophic triumph. This discovery would rewrite galactic biology. The human genome wasn't merely adaptable, it was ravenous. It hadn't just accepted dragon DNA. It had absorbed it, fused with it, and forged something unprecedented. I was the first Terran dragon. The fire within rose up my throat. I opened my mouth, not to speak, but to experiment. A small, flawless plume of emerald flame danced from my lips before fading away. The doctor's eyes widened further, wonder finally eclipsing fear. In that moment, I understood that my fate, and perhaps humanity's, had been irrevocably altered. The cosmos was about to learn a new definition of power.